Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, arrests made in a shooting Friday morning in Wharton. We're learning the identity of the suspects and the charges they're facing. And the support beam of a roller coaster cracked at a Charlotte, North Carolina theme park. The crack in the beam spotted by visitors. The issue now under investigation. Plus, the weather may dampen July 4th celebration plans for some Americans as severe storms move across the nation. This is the aftermath of storms in Chicago. We have what you need to know weather-wise for the 4th of July holiday.
And those severe storms around here are pretty quiet in comparison. Rain chances are on the rise today. A live view from Cuero, by the way. So cloudy skies there in the distance, of course. And that's a good thing. We do need the rain. What about that? And your temperatures, we'll cover it all coming up.
A Victoria Generals pitcher from my hometown had a heck of a night last night. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain. Today is the 4th day of July 2023. The time is now 6:30 on your Tuesday morning, and today it is Caesar Salad Day. Nothing like a nice salad to make you feel refreshed in this summer heat. Let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining. How's it looking out there, Trey?
Ooh, good enough to eat a salad, I tell you what. Salad sounds pretty good. I like those salads.
It's really refreshing and nice.
It is good summer food. Green leafy vegetables are cool to eat, of course. So get a salad, and we may get one today as well. 81 degrees currently in Seadrift, 85 degrees in Rockport, typically warmer along the coast, and it certainly is this morning. 78 degrees in Victoria and points to north. Pretty much that number repeated. Cuero area to Yocum to Hallettsville, and points to north from there. And seeing maybe a few small rain showers. That's a maybe. One there just south of Matagorda Bay in the Gulf. One near Seadrift, a few drips there. That's probably all this Calvin was carrying. There it goes. Pretty much zipped out of the frame by now. One there, Edna, has dissipated. But the moisture continued to work its way inland throughout the day, along with the daytime heating getting going. That'd be the right ingredients for a few rain showers hitting there, hit and miss throughout the region today. In addition to that, the main story is going to be the heat. Dealing with heat index values near 102 by the afternoon time, 11 o'clock in the morning, I should say. Same thing about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or 2, 3 o'clock or so, 303 to 103 and 105 heat index value throughout the day. So definitely on the hot side today. They don't have an advisory in effect, but of course, that doesn't mean you don't need to let your guard down. So it's going to be hot throughout the day. Any activity you have to do, drink plenty of water, find some shade, take frequent breaks, especially during the heat of the day, which will be about 12 noon to about 6 or 7 in the evening. Otherwise, make it a great day, of course. Rain chances on the rise, especially tomorrow. We'll talk about that and the reasons why later on this half hour in the full forecast. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. 2 teens are suspected in a shooting in Wharton. At last check, the teens were in police custody. Wharton police say reports of shots fired came in just after 2 a.m. Friday morning. Officers were dispatched to an address just outside of city limits in the 1100 block of East Milam. Police say arrest warrants were issued for the suspects, who were later taken into custody. 18-year-old Leroy Scarlett V and 17-year-old Sean Rivas face charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. No injuries are reported. Police say this is an active investigation. 3 people who are believed to be undocumented immigrants are on the run this morning. Their escape happening after a traffic stop on Farm to Market 2678 near Hennessy Ranch. This is the vehicle that the undocumented immigrants were traveling in. Now, a woman was taken into custody in the incident. We believe her to be the driver of the truck. She faces human smuggling charges this morning. If you see any suspicious activity, you're urged to report it by calling 361-526-2351 and call 911 if you feel it is an emergency. A scary crack in a support beam caused a North Carolina roller coaster to immediately shut down. The Fury 325 roller coaster at Carowinds in Charlotte, North Carolina, halted operations after a visitor spotted a major crack in one of the ride's support beams. The crack was noticeably moving every time a train of cars went around a sharp curve. Carowinds issued a statement concerning the coaster, saying the Fury 325 was closed after they became aware of the crack. The North Carolina Department of Labor said the agency's Elevator and Amusement Device Bureau will be investigating the issue and plan to have inspectors at Carowinds on Monday. Now, To the latest on the holiday weather, storms could disrupt July 4th plans from Boston to D.C. and across the Midwest and Plains. Meanwhile, parts of the West could see record heat today. Even Portland, Oregon could see temperatures approaching 100.
This morning, holiday plans under threat with millions of Americans on alert for severe storms and dangerous heat. Powerful storms rolling across the east, wind and rain slamming areas north of New York City.
Oh my goodness, get it, slow down, slow down.
In Virginia, heavy rain making travel treacherous. And across the border in North Carolina, strong winds and hail, power outages stretching from the East Coast to Missouri. More than 100,000 customers left in the dark. Today, the Midwest and Plains face the biggest threat.
You reset in the Midwest, Minneapolis back through Denver, damaging winds and isolated tornadoes possible there.
Across the West, more than 30 million people facing heat alerts. Las Vegas hitting 112 degrees yesterday. A woman succumbing to the heat while hiking in the Grand Canyon in triple-digit temperatures. Meanwhile, fire warnings have been issued in the Pacific Northwest. This wildfire in Washington state burning several structures. Dry conditions have prompted more cities to replace their July 4th fireworks displays with drone shows to reduce the risk of fires.
There's less noise pollution, there's less pollution in general, and we can run it every single night versus a fireworks show where we can run maybe once.
But if drones aren't your thing and you're looking to beat the heat, the slopes are open in parts of California for some July 4th skiing, thanks to last year's epic snowfall, which measured more than 56 feet. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
The weather in the east is expected to be less severe today than yesterday, but flash flooding is possible along the I-95 corridor in the northeast. Severe storms moved through Chicago over the weekend, causing flooding in several areas. The Chicago Riverwalk was underwater from Wabash Avenue to Lake Street. The Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Great Chicago reversed the flow of the Chicago River to ease flooding downtown. The National Weather Service warned the flooding could be life-threatening, with numerous impassable roads, overflowing creeks and streams, and flooded basements across the area. 4th of July celebrations have already begun in some states. In Milwaukee, thousands gathered for a lakefront fireworks show. This year's fireworks were launched from roped-off sections from Veterans Park as opposed to barges on Lake Michigan. Milwaukee's is one of the largest fireworks show in the surrounding states. In Minneapolis, in the Red, White, and Boom Island celebration featured a patriotic drone show in lieu of fireworks. The lasers came from 10 small machines, each with the power to light up an arena. Spectators had to watch the show from Boom Island Park as the lasers did not go as high as the fireworks. In Ohio, Red, White, and Boom, the largest fireworks show in the Midwest, returned to downtown Columbus. The fireworks were set off from the east bank of Benoit Park. That leads us to your viewer poll. We want to know. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. Did you attend an early 4th of July celebration this year? Okay, let's take a look. 15% of you say yes, you did. You got started early. Good for you. And 85% of you say no, you're saving it for tonight. Okay, we want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote. The stork working around the clock at a children's hospital in Los Angeles. And maybe the stork deserves a raise, because not 1 or 2 or 3, but 10 sets of twins, wow, were delivered recently at a medical facility, and now they're being cared for in the NICU. The staff says they are used to dealing with multiples, but 10 sets is a lot, and it's pretty special. The twins' birth weights range from just under 2 pounds up to 6 pounds, and most are double boys. As for the parents, they say it's great to have other twin parents to talk to, and many say they plan to stay in touch. Lots of playdates there. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:38 on your Tuesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. Life Flight was among emergency responders who responded to a single vehicle crash yesterday afternoon near Ganado.
I'm ABC's M. Wynn in Washington. A shooting overnight in Philadelphia kills 4 people. It's the latest mass shooting in a rash of deadly gun violence across the nation. The details coming up.
Take a quick glance at our overnight. Yesterday's high was 98 degrees, low 76 degrees above normal on the daytime high, right on just about near normal on the overnight low. I want you to pay attention to this. It should be 18.89 inches of rain. We're down 1.63 and needing rainfall even more, so this has been dry for so long. We'll be catching up on this number right here in the next day or two or three. We'll take a look at that possibility coming up in the full forecast. Good morning. It's 20 minutes away from the 7 a.m. hour. Take a look at the 4th of July forecast for us here. Temperature is by noontime near 90 degrees or topping that with partly cloudy skies. Maybe a rain shower in the afternoon, 5 o'clock, 95 degrees. By the time we get to 9 o'clock or so, when most of the fireworks are beginning to take shape, 84 degrees at that time. So even though it's in the evening, you still need to dress cool and drink plenty of water, find some shade. Well, no, not necessarily find some shade, but find some a good place to sit in a cool spot to get you the best view. All right, let's take a look at the day planner for the day, 82 degrees. And by the time we get to 12 noon, above 90 degrees or so, in Port Lavaca, partly cloudy skies by the 4 p.m. hour, 92 degrees, 87 degrees at the 8 p.m. hour, and continue to fall after that. With southerly winds, of course. Maybe a passing rain shower here and there. Quick look at Cuero right quick. Temperature is near 90 degrees by the noontime hour, or topping that. 4 o'clock, pretty much the same, with a scattered rain shower possible during this time here. Southerly winds, 87 degrees by 8 p.m. Continue to fall after that, so definitely on the warm side. Dress cool if you're going out to the festivities. Your full forecast comes up a little bit later on before we go this half hour. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. The Victoria Generals are on another hot streak. Sports Director Gino Perez has the details in sports.
At a Crossroads, there were two storylines last night. The first is the impressive offensive performance that the Generals put up. The other one is Braylon Owens. The Rougarou threw a no-hitter against the Generals a few weeks ago, but this time Owens wanted to give them a taste of their own medicine. In the 6th innings, the pitcher from my old high school pitched. He had a no-hitter going with 10 strikeouts. Once Owens was taken out of the game, the Rougarou scored 2 runs, and it was a minor comeback, but the Generals still held a commanding lead. The Generals would go on to win 8 in a row by the 12-3 margin. The Generals did most of their dirty work in the first 2 innings, scoring a total of 9 runs heading into the top of the 3rd. The Generals took care of business, but will have to face the #1 ranked team in the TCL, the Brazos Valley Bombers, on Thursday at 7 in Victoria at Riverside Stadium. That's your 25 Sports Now.
Thank you, Gino. All right, we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone, just search Crossroads Today Plus. Overnight, Philadelphia authorities taking into custody a gunman who say opened fire on the streets of Philadelphia, shooting 6 people, killing 4. It's the latest outbreak of gun violence in the U.S. following a violent weekend in Baltimore where a shooter fired into a holiday block party, killing 2 and hurting more than 25 others.
Multiple shots fired. A guy with a long gun.
Overnight, a July 4th gathering turned deadly in Philadelphia after a heavily armed gunman wearing a bulletproof vest opened fire into the streets, killing 4 and injuring 2 boys, police say. The victims, for now, believed to be random.
All we know is that this person decided to leave their home and to target individuals.
The shooter, identified as a 40-year-old man, now in custody, along with another who police believe picked up a firearm and started shooting at the suspect. The incident happening over several city blocks in the southwestern neighborhood of King Sessing until police cornered the suspect into an alley.
They were able to get him into custody. I can't even describe the level of bravery and courage that was shown.
The department hailing the officers for potentially preventing more deaths. This shooting, the latest in a rash of deadly gun violence across the nation. In Baltimore, police are still trying to hunt down a gunman who they say opened fire into a block party, killing 18-year-old Alaya Gonzalez and 20-year-old Kailis Fagbemi, and injuring more than 25 others.
People were everywhere running, out of breath, crying because they witnesses.
We won't stop until we find those responsible and hold them accountable.
Authorities now offering $28,000 for any information leading to an arrest. Already this year in the U.S., a staggering toll of at least 340 mass shootings, according to the Gun Violence Archive. And putting that number into context, in 2018, the Gun Violence Archive recorded 336 mass shootings for the entire year. Gun violence had been dropping for decades, according to the CDC, until it began spiking in 2020, with no concrete answers as to why and how rates can get back to pre-COVID levels. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Lifelight was among emergency responders who responded to a single vehicle crash yesterday near Ganado. The vehicle reportedly rolled over on the U.S. Highway 59 Feeder Road at Loop 522. Multiple people were hurt, but it is unclear at this time how many. And continuing coverage in Jackson County, roadways shut down in both directions after an 18-wheeler struck the concrete barriers on the bridge crossing Lake Texana. No injuries are reported. The time is now 6:46 on your Tuesday morning. Still to come, the IRS warning taxpayers about a new tax refund scam. Okay, time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Desire. Nene and Darren love you and are extremely proud of you.
And happy birthday to Tammy from your friend Danielle.
And happy birthday, Vicky, from Danny, Oscar, Monte, and Woody.
And it's happy 8th birthday to Adriana from her dad, brother, Nana, and Popo.
And happy birthday to rapper Post Malone. He turns 28 this Independence Day.
And the former first daughter, Malia Obama, is 25. Happy birthday. To see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on More and under Home. You'll see the KVU Submit Your Birthday.
The time is now 6:47 on your Tuesday morning. Don't forget, it's America's birthday too. Happy birthday. And stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning, good morning. 10 minutes away from 7 a.m. Trey Mining here. And the heat advisory, heat warnings are not in effect at all for the Golden Crescent region, our market counties here in our area. But there is one from about San Patricio County, sitting area toward Corpus Christi and points to the south from there. With heat index values approaching 110 in that part of the world. Us here will be under that category with 105 or so heat index value at the best, at the highest throughout the day. And cloudy skies, partly cloudy skies throughout the day as well. A few pop-up rain showers, not out of the question. By the afternoon time would be the best time to see that around the region. And we'll work this model all the way through the overnight tonight when rain begins to fade after sunset hour. It starts up again, even more so, coming in for your day Wednesday as moisture returns off the Gulf of Mexico in a deep moisture pool. Extended forecast coming up here in a second. But look at the 4th of July holiday for us. I say rain showers 96 degrees. Stay cool out there and enjoy your holiday and be safe. Overnight lows in the upper 70s. Highs tomorrow in the 90s, of course. Better rain chances 50%, 60% for your Thursday, and then dry again by the weekend.
The Internal Revenue Service is warning taxpayers to be on alert for a new tax refund scam. The agency says the scam involves a mailing coming in a cardboard envelope from a delivery service, and the letter inside includes the IRS masthead. The wording on the letter says, in quote, in relation to your unclaimed refund, and includes contact information and a phone number that does not belong to the IRS. It also asks for personal information, including a picture of your driver's license and bank routing information. But the agency says it contains red flags and that it is a scam with odd punctuation, strange wording, and a mixture of fonts and inaccurate information on tax return deadlines. Just a reminder, the IRS will never contact you via email, text, or through social media. CPR helped save NFL player Damar Hamlin's life earlier this year. He's now making sure others learn the life-saving skill. The Buffalo Bills safety helped kick off the New York Yankees' 14th annual Hope Week Monday with a CPR training session at Yankee Stadium. You may remember Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest during a routine tackle on a Monday Night Football game in January. First responders jumped right into action and saved his life by performing CPR and using a defibrillator. Hamlin later threw out the ceremonial first pitch ahead of the Yankees game against Baltimore Monday night. He was joined by Sarah Taffet, who went into cardiac arrest during a softball game when she was a student at Fordham University. Her life also saved thanks to CPR. Still to come on Sunrise News to Know Before You Go, a community picking up the pieces after lightning burns a historic church to the ground in South Carolina. A community picking up the pieces after lightning burns a historic church to the ground in South Carolina. Lightning struck Camp Creek Church just before 10 p.m. Sunday night. It took 6 fire stations hours to put out the blaze, and the building and everything inside are most likely a total loss. The church was founded in 1885 and built in the 1940s. It housed a small congregation and decades of memories. No one was hurt in the fire. An investigation is underway. A Florida man and multiple undocumented migrants are in custody in Texas after a big chase involving a big rig. Monday, the Texas Department of Public Safety posted this video in a high-speed pursuit in LaSalle County. DPS reports Eduardo Arradas was behind the wheel of the truck last Tuesday when authorities tried to pull him over on Highway 35 for a traffic violation. Authorities say Arradas refused to stop and instead picked up speed. DPS pursued the vehicle, noting speeds reached 85 miles per hour at one point, and the truck started traveling on the wrong side of the highway. Eventually, they say the truck went off the road and the driver as well as several migrants bailed out. Arradas was apprehended along with 12 migrants. He now faces state criminal charges for smuggling and evading. DPS says the migrants' cases have been referred to U.S. Border Patrol. This notice is for jury duty for those summoned on Thursday, July the 6th at the Victoria County Justice of the Peace 1 court. You're asked to not appear if you were summoned for the 9 a.m. trial. That's canceled and will not be rescheduled. Residents have a place today to pop their fireworks. Patriot Park will be open for people to pop their fireworks from 5 p.m. until midnight. Victoria County firefighters will be on standby at Patriot Park tonight. And Cuero hosting a 4th of July celebration at Cuero Municipal Park on Leonard Roy Harmon Drive. It starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon with a free pool and a splash pad, a car show, and a fireworks show starting at 9 p.m. tonight. And we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Trey, I'm going to be checking my notifications on our Crossroads Today app for some anticipated precipitation.
All right, you can take a look at that. We'll let you know what's going to happen, of course. So there'll be a few areas of rain showers today. Otherwise, cloudy skies in the morning, partly cloudy skies by afternoon. Nothing to spoil your plans, or maybe just to cool you off a little bit if you happen to get under one of those isolated rain showers. Better rain chances tomorrow as deeper moisture off the Gulf moves in. So your July the 4th holiday forecast. Hot day, of course, 96 degrees. Heat index approaching 108 in the afternoon. Isolated rain shower here and there, so keep that in mind. And the overnight lows will be in the upper 70s or so. And better rain chances for your day tomorrow. Keep that umbrella handy. And then better rain chances yet for your Thursday. And drying up by the weekend. Enjoy your holiday. Be safe out there and stay cool. Carolina.
All right, Trey, thank you so much. And don't forget, fireworks are not permitted within the city limits. You want to go out to Patriot Park out in the county to celebrate 4th of July safely. And thank you for joining us on this 4th of July Tuesday. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and you can join James, Don, Mac, Karina, and Gino today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Make it a fantastic Tuesday.